everybody, and welcome back. This week I will be reviewing 3 more books. The last time I think I reviewed The Help, Adventures of Tom Sawyer, and Are You There, God? It's Me, Margaret. This week we have more. The first book is The Giver by Lois Lowry? I don't know. This is a dystopian novel. I think it's the first part of a series, but I only read the first book. Essentially, it's around this community where one person has all of the memories of the community stored away magically. And each child is given a job at the end of year 12. And one boy is selected to be the next receiver. So the old giver will be giving the memories to the receiver, and that receiver, when they grow up, will become the next giver. It's never quite explained exactly why all of the memories were given on to one person, but it is known that if that person rejects the memories, the whole community will suffer. So the main character receives the memories and he struggles with them because they are very, very difficult. They're very, very hard hitting. And he doesn't know why he's the only one who has to have them. And he's trying to give these memories to other people because he sees that when he has the memories, he can see color, he can hear music, he can experience joy, but he can also experience pain. But he thinks that the good things outweigh the bad things in these experiences, and so he wants to share it with other people. Unfortunately, the community does not want that, and so the boy decides to run away. It is unclear in the end what happens. We know that he leaves, but we don't know where he goes, or if the last part of his journey is actually happening in the physical world, or if it's only happening in his head. And it leaves you unfulfilled. I was unfulfilled by this book. I do not want to read it again. It made me very, very angry. Books where the flaws of humanity and not just one specific character are the main focus annoy me so much because I think I read to escape from that. And when it's highlighted so dramatically, there's no escapism. There's just suffering. I think a lot of people would really, really enjoy the book. I just wasn't one of them. I think the ending ruined it for me, and I'm so very, very sorry. So I give The Giver 3.5 stars out of 5. A 3.5 out of 5, okay? Yeah. Technically it's passing, but it's a low passing. The next book I want to review is actually a series called The Song of the Lioness by Tamora Pierce. This series is a quartet. It's 4 books. This series is focused around Alana of Trabant in the kingdom of Tortal. It's fantasy, and it's set in this magical place with kingdoms and knights and magic, and I love it. I first read this book, or this series, when I was in middle school, and I will keep reading it. If I ever have children, my children will read it. They have no choice. This particular series is focused on Alana, who is a girl who wants to become a knight in a time where only males are allowed to become knights. She disguises herself as a boy and goes and works for her knighthood without anybody finding out. There are a few people along the way who find out that she's a girl, but they help keep her secret. Eventually she becomes her knight, she earns her shield, and she's one of the better knights in Tortal, in the kingdom. And then she goes off on adventures, but she's always pulled back to Tortal. There's always something that's going wrong in the kingdom, and she's always being pulled back. But as she grows up, she learns how to accept herself as being both a warrior and a woman. She learns about her sexuality and what she wants to do with her life. She learns how to become independent, but also how to ask for help when she needs it. I think it's such a strong coming of age series that encourages young girls to fight for what they want for their own lives and encourages them to do what they want to do regardless of what society says is right or normal or proper. I'm so glad that I read this series when I did, and I am also going to continue reading the Tamora Pierce books. The Tortal series overall I think has around 20 books in it. There are quartets for Alana, Kelderly, and Dane. Aliana has 2 books. Cooper has, I think, 3 books, 2 or 3 books, And Numair is going to have some books as well. I don't know if I've missed anybody, but if I have, I'm very sorry. But there's a whole rich community full of strong female characters, and each one has a different skill or set of skills that she applies to get her to where she wants to be in her life and in her world. And I think that's absolutely fantastic. It teaches readers that there's nothing that someone can't do if they put their mind to it. And I absolutely love it. So I give Alana, The Song of the Lioness, 5 out of 5 stars, and I highly recommend that you check out this series and the other Tortall books as well. The final book that I am reviewing today is The Old Man and the Sea by Ernest Hemingway. I personally love Ernest Hemingway's writing. I think it's gorgeous. I am, however, almost always bored with whatever story is being told. The writing is pretty, but the plot is slow. The Old Man and the Sea is a very short book. I read it in I think 2 hours. Absolutely loved it, but I was a little bit bored at the end. It is a contemplation on existence by an old man who is just fishing. The ending itself is ambiguous. You're not entirely sure what happened, but it is ambiguous in a way that is way more satisfying than the ambiguous ending in The Giver, in my opinion. I highly recommend this book for the language, for the history, and because it's a shorter read, I feel like more people will be able to read it and understand it and not give up on it halfway through. It's not a large commitment, I'll say. And I think it is a good introduction to some classics. You might find that you actually really like Ernest Hemingway's writing, and you might want to read some more of his work, which anything that gets you reading is fantastic. You might find that you hate Ernest Hemingway, and that's fine. But at least you know that now. I give The Old Man and the Sea 4.5 stars. If you have read any of these books, let me know in the comments down below. If you've read anything recently that you've enjoyed, also let me know. I'm always looking for more books to read. And I will see you guys next time. Bye! I filmed 4 videos today, and each one had a train. Oh, we have 2 trains now.